When it comes to balancing characters in a game, there are a few ways to approach it, whether that's playtesting extensively and fine-tuning them, or just eyeballing their stats and going with the flow. But by far, the most effective method of balancing in games is what I like to call counterbalancing. If a character is big and strong, you balance them by making them slow. If they're super fast, maybe lower their attack. But then again, sometimes games want characters to be broken. Ergo Balatro, where the name of the game is big number getting bigger. So if counterbalancing, which is the right way to balance, doesn't work, what do? Hello, my name is Ethan, and I welcome you to the 10th, what a nice number, devlog of the Rowdy Bunch. A tag team roguelike all about stringing together broken combos with a team of 3 characters, which leads back to the topic of today's devlog, character balancing and how to balance broken characters. So what do you do when you have a character like Fred, who has 75 HP, the highest in the game, does 5 damage a hit, yet again, the highest in the game, and on top of all that, starts the game off with an armor point, which means all damage directed at him is reduced by 1. Now, I don't want you to think I didn't balance this guy at all. I made him attack slower, see? And that's all the balance he needs. Who cares if he's basically unkillable? I can kill every enemy in 10 hits or less. You know, this kind of reminds me of another warrior who was basically unkillable and a scourge on the battlefield. But I don't remember his story ending well. Let's see. He got dipped in the river Styx as a baby, went to war that one time, got shot in his heel. Oh yeah. Say hello to a never before seen enemy, the Fan Bearer. He's called that because he has a fan, which he uses to cool the player down with a gentle breeze during stressful battles. He's incredibly weak, having the lowest health of any enemy in the game at 25. And aside from his fan, which does 1 damage on hit, and an extra 4 damage if the player hits a wall due to knockback, he doesn't really seem like the kind of plant to serve as an Achilles heel to Fred. Because the Fan Bearer's wall slam also does posture damage, when it connects, it spells really bad news to armor-bound players such as Fred, who get staggered when their posture fills up, becoming unable to do anything except take hits while their posture recovers. Fred's balance isn't found internally, but rather externally, in the form of an enemy, here being the Fan Bearer. This is what I call, or I guess everyone calls, an Achilles heel, where a character isn't weak themselves, but rather has a singular weakness that absolutely messes them up. This can also be found in Balatro with the boss binds, and their effects that target specific builds the player can make. But then on the flip side we have Chryso, who has 50 health, no armor, does 2 damage, as in like, what? This guy sounds like the most boring, balanced character ever. Until I tell you he can juggle not 1, not 2, but 3 enemies at the same time, with ease. All of a sudden he goes from balanced to broken, so we slap on an Achilles heel, in the form of enemies who have armor, by preventing him from ever getting any means to deal posture damage. We counterbalance, overshoot, then slap on an Achilles heel to clean it up. Of course, not every character has to be so complex. Sometimes it's better to just keep it simple stupid, and just resort to plain old counterbalancing. After all, some characters have to be the starting characters, and you can't really have the starting character have a main weakness. That'd be kind of annoying. One of the most famous products of counterbalancing in games is the glass cannon, referring to a character or build that possesses broken offensive capabilities, but sacrifices their defensive capabilities in return. The glass cannon of my game being Yomu, who besides only being able to handle a single target at a time, is broken in nearly every other way, dealing 4 damage a hit, attacking faster than any character in the game, and all in all having the highest damage output of any character in the game. And that's exactly why he only gets 30 health, the lowest of any character, just barely more than the weakest enemies. So that's how the 3 characters are balanced for now. Soon enough, once I've implemented their specials and ultimates, I'll have to rebalance them. And of course, once I've added the other characters, you don't think I'd only have 3, right? I'm gonna have to rebalance again. Like, I'm serious, some of these other characters make Fred look like Lil Mac. But till then, that's all folks, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, until we meet again.